even the Black Stars, the national team, struggled and needed to open a free gate when it was 10 cedis.
Politicians bought thousands and thousands
to
of
give it out for free.
gave them out
And that's
for
what
free.
I do not understand. How does our club or a big club like Heart of Oak not expect this and preempt that no, Ghanaians cannot afford 50 CD take. The average House of Oak fan will not even take out 50 CD. Even if they had, they will not, because they're not happy with the team's performances.
But the few that came around were complaining about the price.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even complained.
You cannot be tone dead. You cannot be tone dead to some of these things. And that's the truth. If even the clubs outside, Man City, after winning 4 in a row, their fan associations complained about ticket prices, and the club responded last week.
Yeah.
So you cannot pretend that you are charging 50 cedis because it's this game. And you see, in the end, imagine you charged 5 cedi for this. The people that you'd have probably drawn into the stadium will be more than what you got for the 50 cedis. Because in the end, how many people even came to the stadium?
That's true.
If you went around selling this for 5 cedi and went to schools and various high schools, Legon and technical institutions and all of that, were going around the streets and selling it for 5 cedis, at least I'm confident that you'd have got more people into the stadium. And I don't even think effort was put into marketing this game.
And that's my problem. Even though the clubs will hold them responsible, but I still think that the FA, who the product belongs to them, need to do something about this. You know, after the Black Stars abysmal performance, when we failed to qualify for the AFCON, we were on courts playing against smaller clubs. Chad against Madagascar, but they still decided to let these players speak to the media and Ghanaians. You see Inaki speaking, you see Kuru speaking, a lot of players. The FA, understood why they allowed the coach at that crucial point when Ghanaians were calling for his head. They still allow media houses to interview the coach, sell out his game plan to the supporters. Reason why they should come and watch Ghana, because this is the World Cup. They made Ghanaians understand that we need to go there. What is the FA doing about their products, the Ghana football, or the Ghana Premier League? Did you see them? Mostly Shaban goes around speaking to coaches, players about games. Did you see them doing that?
No, you see, my point is that the FA can put, and this is one part where I don't even want to blame the FA, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel they are in charge of policy making. They can say, the FA can say that it's an obligation that you would do a press conference before the game, submit a captain and a coach. When the clubs decide not to do it, the FA can only fine. And I saw them do that to Division 1 clubs. And I think Kotoko did a presser before the game. Karim Zito spoke before. But some clubs don't.
But that's not enough.
No, but you see, what do you typically expect? Does the Spanish Federation hype El Clasico?
They don't do. Our league or our clubs administrators are failing to appoint the right people to lead the clubs. Have you checked about branding of various clubs?
Exactly.
It is
exactly. So I think the clubs play the biggest part. Like it is you, your team. When you sell the tickets, you get majority of the money. You are the home team.
I understand. They need to enforce the clubs to do the right thing. They submit their documents to them before the league starts. Do they check through that they have appointed the right people for the various positions they've assigned them to?
No, but look. Let me.
That goes a little bit.
I won't necessarily blame. I understand that the clubs fail to do.
The FA will have
right.
their part to play, but in match organization.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this match in isolation, right?
They have to
because
for the price, it was totally wrong.
Yeah, let's not pretend that Ghana football in the past 4 or 5 years has maybe been the best in Africa, but even in our West, super clashes 3-4 years ago, we are feeling like it's not a big problem. Even House of Folk Olympics was 20,000, 30,000 people in the stadium.
Did you check the performance of House of Folk?
And it was just
no.
So
House of Folk have never even
during some of this time they were playing very, very well.
Even the point is that even when they were playing well in that 2-3 years since 2019 to 2022, they only won the league once. So let's not act like Hearts were dominating, winning back to back. I just think that
do the right branding, and a case in point is the Black Queens.
Yeah.
3 years or 2 years back, they started playing well. Their creative team started doing so much work on how to put the players out there. And surprisingly, you go to watch women's games and then you see a lot of people watching Black Queens game. And it was surprising.
Yeah.
But it was also because one, they intentionally made sure they were putting everything that they had to put about the girls out there. It wasn't just about the match result. You would see videos of players and where they play and players talking about themselves, what they do, which position they're playing, even to sometimes explaining some of the things they do on the field for you to know that, okay, these players really understand what they are doing. The intentionality of it was there.
Yeah.
So when we were watching them play against Zambia at the Accra Sports Stadium, people trooped there in their numbers.
To do that thing?
It's a national team. So who do you want to do that?
This is the product of the AFA. This is the biggest fixture for the AFA. You need to make sure that even the clubs fail to do it.
For the Ghana Premier League.
For the AFA.